This is a week where you might want to worry, but a week you might want to look forward to next week. Because I will tell you, there is a little worrying now about the basketball team, and let me elaborate on that. Left my paper at home. Oh well, that's imaginary anyway. But let me elaborate, shall I? What is it with basketball and the teams from Philadelphia when they go against the Orange? Heck, the first loss of the season was in Madison Square Garden in the Gotham Classic. Of course, New York City is much closer to Philadelphia than Syracuse is to Philadelphia, but guess what? The Owls hooted all over us there in Madison Square Garden, sent us to our first loss of the season. And then we go down there for what I hope isn't, and I mean operative word, isn't, the last game against Villanova. Jay Wright and the Wildcats were ready for the Orange. And the thing is, several times, the Cuse had a chance to get the game in hand. They had a chance to close out the Wildcats. But Brandon Trish, you usually are so cool and calculated late in the game. You always are the man in charge. What happened with those free throws? You decided to put up a brick there when you could have sealed the game for the Orange. And of course, that Italian kid for Villanova sinks a three-pointer, sends the game into overtime, and of course, the Villanova hits 2 3-pointers there in overtime, and you know what? Syracuse goes down to defeat it for the second time this year. 2 losses against 2 Philadelphia schools, Temple and Villanova. Guess there isn't any brotherly love with this city this year, Cuse. And also, seems as though depth's now a concern. Because guess what? Dajuan Coleman's now out for the next 4 weeks because of his knee. He had an operation. So you know what? There's only 2 scholarship players that are going to come off the bench when the Cuse need them. And going right into the heart of the Big East schedule. That's not what the Cuse needs. Depth, depth, depth is what the Cuse needs. Get back from suspension there, James Sutherland. Get everything worked out. Of course, I hope this doesn't turn into what happened with Fab Mello last year. I mean, he was out for 3-4 games in the regular season, then out for the NCAA tournament. Of course, it seems as though it was Mello's own doing. I kind of wonder what's going on here with Sutherland. Of course, Coleman didn't play much, but now depth is a big concern, and I'm concerned. Because it's Pittsburgh and Notre Dame coming up. And you know how them Fighting Irish love to give the Cuse spits. Well, let's go away from the bad news. Let's talk about news to look forward to next week. Next week is signing day for the football team, and the recruits are starting to get in line for the Orange. We got Corey Cooper there with the wide receiver there to help replace Alec Lemon and also Marcus Sales. Of course, he can't replace 2 wide receivers. We got other wide receiver recruits coming in, but somebody's also got to step in. And also, a big one with Zach Allen decommitting. Oh, heck, he saw Scott Shaper become coach and he decided to turn chicken. And of course, I have to say, what are you doing decommitting from the Orange? You know, I say you gotta get your head in gear, boy. Of course, Mitch Kimball is the one who replaces Zach Allen. Of course, we lost another recruit who was coming from Rochester who decided to commit to Rutgers. Oh, boy. Of course, let's hope Mitch Kimball isn't like this. All right, we have a fugitive who's been on the run for 90 minutes. I want you to do a hard target search of every hen house, farmhouse, outhouse, townhouse, low house, and every house in between here with the nose of a bullet. Your fugitive's name is not Dr. Richard Kimball. Go get him. Sorry. Couldn't help but imitate my favorite actor there. Of course, He might win an Oscar in a couple of weeks. Heck, he already won a Screen Actors Guild Award. Well, let's see what happens, and let's see what happens next week. 19 recruits in the fold, with possibly more to come, including maybe some ESPN 300 recruits. This could be a big first recruiting class for Shaper, who hopes to keep the thing rolling that Doug Marrone started. And speaking of Mr. Marrone, I got two things to say about the Bills. Looks like the Bills are going to be playing in a sterile environment for another 5 years. They re-upped their commitment to play at least one regular season home game in Toronto, as if they didn't need anything else in the Rogers Center. Heck, the Argonauts play CFL football in there, and CFL football's a world unto itself. Heck, they only have 3 downs to make a first down. They have 12 players on each side, 2 men in motion, and because of the longer end zones, they have another score that isn't in our football. And you know, every single time I see that, I kind of wonder, how come the NFL doesn't have it? Oh, I know, our end zones are 10 yards. Oh well, does Toronto need to have an NFL game in there when they got the CFL? I don't know. But it isn't a raucous Bills crowd like it's at Ralph Wilson Stadium, which is due to undergo a lot of renovations. 5 more years of this sterile environment. Let's see. I sterilized my hands. Oh well, it's not that sterile. Oh, look at the germs. And the other thing I want to say about the Bills, their potential first-round pick, it's getting even weirder and weirder. Looks like this Tuiasosopo altered his voice to make it sound like this imaginary girlfriend of Manti Te'o. Of course, I still want to believe Te'o is a stand-up guy and he didn't even know this was a guy talking like a girl to him. Of course, he went on Katie Couric's show to explain his side of the story. And of course, you got doubters in that. I still am on Te'o's side. Thing is, you won't find me altering a girl's voice unless it's to alter one of the most annoying songs that was ever written. Hello, Barbie. Hey, Ken. Oh, you want to go party? Yeah, let's go out. I'm not a Barbie girl in the Barbie world, you know. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Boy, you get them Scandinavian songs, and boy, it really is annoying. As annoying as sneezing, like this. Ah, shit! And last but not least, I'm going to talk about what me and other people saw at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Jennifer Lawrence was the surprise winner of the Best Actress, when I thought Jessica Chastain had it for Zero Dark 30. Of course, everybody's got all concerned about Zero Dark 30 and those controversial scenes when it comes to showing how he got the information to get Osama bin Laden. But you know, Jennifer Lawrence, who has soared to popularity this past year because of her role in Hunger Games, almost had her dress give her the slip. And what I mean, she goes up to get the award and her dress almost does a meow. The only time I ever had that happen was when I got out of the shower and I lost the towel. Well, of course, that almost happened on national TV. Jennifer Lawrence, get something that fits you better. Because, hey, now you become the dark horse to win Best Actress. Of course, there's 2 locks to be best for the Oscars. Heck, it looks like Anne Hathaway's the lock for Best Supporting Actress. Daniel Day-Lewis is the lock for Best Actor. But Best Supporting Actor and Best Actress are up in the air. Tommy Lee Jones looks like the favorite. But hey, Christoph Waltz and Alan Arkin are right in there. And of course, now Jennifer Lawrence has thrown her hat into the ring. Lawrence, I hope you get a better fitting dress, or Alan Arkin can say, Argo yourself. I don't know what to say. I'm Ken Huss, and that's my stories for this week. And a special hello to all the fans of Waterloo High School. It's pretty Pretty, flattering when I hear that they like the show too. Good luck. Of course, no good luck against Minders this coming week.